Erika and Jeffrey Epstein may have crossed paths. Something is not sitting right with me about how she just keeps dancing around Jeffrey Epstein in her life. I am finding it increasingly difficult to believe that Erika just keeps coincidentally getting involved with countries and companies and schools that Epstein is involved in deeply. I went ahead and messaged PR team, legal team over at Turning Point USA with a very specific question pertaining to a modeling company that I recently discovered that she had some involvement with. 48 hours later, we have not yet heard back.
Erika Kirk has bounced back on stage, and guess what? It's courtesy, and they're like, oh, how come her name does not really appear in the Epstein's, but they're trying to link her with Epstein's. You know what? Because of that voice note. So people are calling out for some language expert to tell them exactly, is this Erika Kirk or not? And the other person like, no, it could be some insider, an agent of sorts, an undercover agent recruiting girls who was kind of, linking girls to Epstein. So they're like, no, Erika Kirk funded Epstein. And she did not only fund, she was part of the team in Epstein's organization or stuff like that. But Erika Kirk has been linked to Epstein, like a lot of information is kind of coming, and we're like, yeah, how is she able to do this? We're like, even the circle she's moving in, everything is all played out like she's moving on a script. That even her reaction to so many events when being asked or when certain things are taking place, they're like she's animated, like she was coached or she prepared to just act it out.
If you can confirm Erika's real estate license and what she sold, because that bio sounds legit. She's managing some serious clients there, helping to manage their money, okay, in real estate deals. I'm very interested in that. Now, if you see something, if you know something, maybe you were featured in one of these dimensions with Erika. You went 2D, 4D. I'm in 3D, but maybe you went somewhere else and you saw her. Please, we'd like to hear from you. More tips at CandaceOwens.com. Like I said, this is very obviously something Erika should answer for. You want to be the queen bee? You want to be a public figure? You want people floating your name as for president of the United States? Well, let's get to a little bit of background. Who are you? What were you doing? And the answer should be very clear and very concise, because I got to be honest, I struggle to believe that Erika was in fact, while in New York, doing real estate deals with fiduciary responsibilities while helping Turning Point USA, filming a reality TV show, also in school full time to get her Juris Master's, followed by her law degree at Liberty, while also studying the mandatory 77 hours to achieve her real estate license, while also running an international charity in partnership with the U.S. Marines halfway around the world and in China, while also running a faith-based clothing company, plus, giving advice to Turning Point, doing all of that at the same time. That's a struggle for me. I can't get there. I don't think she was doing that, because I keep not being born yesterday. It's so hard not being born yesterday. Also, if we're asking questions,
by Epstein and Maxwell in a trafficking ring.
I know there are videos and photos. I know that Jeffrey had recording cameras in his house.
Powerful people who caused us harm are being protected, and we're being exposed. It is meant to silence us.
Obviously, we know that Erika Kirk began the Romanian Angels Project in late 2012, early 2013 through to 2015. And obviously, you have seen all the TikToks describing the scandal.
Erika Kirk's inner circle just cracked, and this time it's not outsiders talking. It's someone who knew her up close. A former best friend is now claiming Erika didn't just orbit Epstein-linked spaces. She helped people not of legal age move into them. And if even part of that holds, this stops being about proximity and starts being about participation. All right, before we even touch the headline, let's slow this down down for a second, because what's happening around Erika Kirk right now did not just appear overnight. It has been building quietly, layer by layer, and now with talk of a former close friend allegedly stepping forward and revealing how certain introductions and connections were made, the conversation has shifted from random whispers to something that feels more structured. Yes, not proven yet, but structured. And to understand why people are paying attention now, you have to rewind. When the Department of Justice finally opened parts of the Epstein archive, most people expected the usual suspects: politicians, royalty, tech giants, the same names that have floated around this scandal for years.
Today we are producing more than 3 million pages, including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images. In total, that means that the department produced approximately 3.5 million pages in compliance with the Act.
However, what really changed the conversation was not simply who appeared in the documents, but how the system itself was described to function. Buried in those files was not just a list of individuals, but a broader blueprint showing how influence networks work, who recruited, who normalized spaces, and who moved between fashion, philanthropy, politics.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing.
I talked to Jeffrey, and I'm going to his house tomorrow morning, and I'm taking my son. He's gonna set something up for you.
Well, like, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm gonna talk to him tomorrow morning when I go to his house about it.
How much? Like, would I get paid to?
Talk to him. I'll talk to him tomorrow, and then I'll bring you in the next day and you can talk to him about it. So, I don't know. You're going to have to talk to him about it. I mean, I don't really work for him like that. I just bring girls to him and they work for him. So you're going to have to talk to him about it. That's what I'm saying. When you work for him, I'll bring you in and you can ask him before you work, like, what can I do to make more money? The more you do, the more you get paid. Yeah. Okay, so, I mean, I don't know. Talk to him about it.
Want me to bring my sister for you so, like, you could get paid more or something? Or how much a girl?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm working tomorrow, and me and him are going to put a schedule together for you and your sister. So I'll call you tomorrow when I leave Jeffrey with the schedule.
All right, well, okay. All right, that's good. That sounds good. But, like, I don't have my phone all the time, so if you guys called me, I'd have to know what time so I could get the phone.
Okay, well, what time? Well, why don't you? Okay, I'll leave you a message. That's fine. I'll leave you a message tomorrow. Okay. All right. Bye.
She just hung up on me. She said she doesn't work here. She just.
That's fine. That's fine. You did great. Give me a high five.
Yeah, that was good. Because she was throwing. She
threw you.
A tough girl.
Yeah, you know you still.
What did you say that freaked you out?
Because she's like, well, I'm sitting up.
A schedule for you and your sister. With him.
I don't know what you think about this, but what could you do if you're Erika Kirk? This lady, she's apparently from a wealthy family. Another rich kid, planned kid, okay. From a wealthy family, and she had all the connections, anything that could play her out. Oh, do you think, let me ask you a question. Do you think Kirk was becoming a big force and he was kind of like assassinated by someone else or by, one of those bodies, those security bodies in the US? Do you think Kirk was killed off by a secret agent because he was kind of so sharp and was winning a lot of kind of following and winning them over for Donald Trump? Or do you think people had watched Erika Kirk and they're like, no, this lady might soon stand for presidency of the US? What do you really think? Because the way Erika Kirk is being linked to Epstein, just like every other person, is kind of questionable. There are so many questions there. I need you to watch this clip and tell me exactly what you think about Erika Kirk. Please just watch. Drop your comments there. We shall hit you up and let you know. We shall give you an update. And remember to share this video with your friends and see how we move on this.
And elite social circles without raising alarms. Once people began looking at the system rather than just the names, Erika's timeline started coming back into focus. This did not happen because she was directly listed. She was not. But because when observers mapped her movements before she entered conservative politics, certain patterns began to look familiar. Beauty pageants, reality television environments, high fashion ambitions, political networking, and even an old resurfaced documentary where she appeared not as an observer, but speaking in settings connected to national security discussions, briefing professionals on infrastructure vulnerabilities, all suggested she was moving in rooms far beyond entertainment or lifestyle circles, rooms tied to influence.
I think I always had that girly girl hidden within me. After being such a tomboy and experiencing that my whole life, it was like, oh, I can curl my hair, I can put on the mascara. I come from a great family that has very amazing genetics, so thanks, Mom and Dad.
We have 5 major threats that make our grid extremely vulnerable that we've presented to congressional officials. 1 being cyber, 2 being hackers, 3 being physical threats, 4th one is solar EMP, and the 5th one is man-made EMP. So the concern that we have is that we put out this critical information, and when we go over this risk analysis, they hear what we're saying, but they don't want to take action.
Attention then shifted to her time with the Corcoran Group, a high-end real estate firm she reportedly worked with before her rise inside TPUSA alongside Charlie Kirk. Corcoran, through its Manhattan elite networks, has surfaced repeatedly in broader Epstein-related reporting over the years, not as a criminal entity, but as a social layer where power, wealth, and access intersect. Epstein's world was known to thrive inside such environments, where luxury real estate was less about property and more about proximity, placement, and introductions. When observers noticed Erika's time there came right before her transition into political influence spaces, it raised questions. Coincidence is always possible, but in a network defined by access, coincidence rarely satisfies skeptics. Romania later researched
Erika Kirk is absolutely a psychopath, and I'm happy people are starting to pick up on that too. Look, I'm not a registered anything, but I can only tell you from the experience that I had when my best friend was actually a certified psychopath. Worked with our friendship is because when you're a psychopath, you don't have really many things that stimulate you in general. You feel very detached in life. You feel detached to people. It's more loyalty and a sense of duty than actual love. But when we became friends, he actually liked hanging out with me because I was not predictable. See, the thing is, I myself authentically, even if it gets me in trouble sometimes, but people who are authentic to themselves, you're no longer predictable. And in a world that is based on predictions, where you're trying to create outcomes, where you're calculating everything, someone who is unpredictable is refreshing. So we became really good friends, and he started to tell me his ways on how he's gone around society. First off, they are charming as hell. They can charm anybody. But he explained a lot of his emotions that people saw were learned behaviors. And because we're millennials, we grew up on Disney Channel. So in our formative years, we were looking at things like Liz McGuire or That's So Raven to see what our behaviors are, or our reactions are, I should say. So sometimes he'd react to situations and they weren't really appropriate because they were That's So Raven coded. Now, if you look at Erika Kirk's reactions, remember when she said the just don't thing and she got super dramatic? That is an example of someone who had to learn that reaction, learn how you're supposed to present yourself as menacing and intimidating. It didn't feel authentic because it wasn't authentic. It was rehearsed and performed. And there have been many instances where her reactions did not match. They were coded for something more dramatic because it seems like she learned that reaction from a more dramatic scenario. And this is just my experience from what I studied from my best friend and what was relayed to me about their actions and how they behave.
Oh, that's interesting. And I'm like, and you work for Turning Point, right? And they were like, yeah, we do. We've been working for Turning Point for the past 4 or 5 years now.
Because of a taxi ride. A taxi ride. Here's how it went down. A high-ranking DPUSA member climbed into a cab. And like most drivers making conversation, the driver mentioned that his daughter's friend worked at the organization. One thing led to another, and the driver reportedly shared that, according to his daughter's friend, most of the staff weren't happy with the new management. That was apparently all it took. The dots got connected, the employee got identified, and just like that, Aubrey was out the door. Let's be real for a second. Everyone vents about work. You come home after a long day and you talk to your partner, your friend, your family about what's going on. That's just being human, not a leak, not some kind of inside operation.
And what was told to me was that a Turning Point executive got into an Uber one day and they randomly just kind of started talking about Turning Point. And the executive asked the driver, what do you think about Turning Point? And the driver proceeded to tell the Turning Point executive, well, it's just really sad. I've heard the organization's really going downhill. There's not really a direction and nobody likes Erika. And the Turning Point executive proceeded to ask this Uber driver, well, who told you that? And the Uber driver told the Turning Point executive that His daughter was good friends with a girl that worked at Turning Point way back when in high school. They had spoken about Turning Point since Charlie's assassination, and that, this was told to him by his daughter. And the Turning Point executive, of course, asked, well, what's the employee's name? And the Uber driver allegedly said, Aubrey. Aubrey who? Aubrey Leitch. And the story was presented to me as one of the reasons for my termination.
Your mom really takes her cell phone.
Second phone call attempt at 4:26 p.m.
I won't have the cell phone.
The only thing that's wrong with this is that we don't have the date on the recording. We don't get that part, but let's continue.
Hello? Hey, what's up?
Nothing.
I talked to Jeffrey, and I'm going to his house tomorrow morning, and I'm taking my friend. He's going to set something up for
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow morning when I go to his house about it.
How much, would I get paid? Because last time it was only 300.
Talk to him. I'll talk to him tomorrow, and then I'll bring you in the next day and talk to him about it.
How much do you make for, I don't know what I want to do, and I just want to get some ideas.
I don't know. You're going to have to talk to him about it. I mean, I don't really work for him like that. I just bring girls to him, and they work for him. So you're going to have to talk to him about it. That's what I'm saying. When you work for him, I'll bring you in, and you can ask him before you work, what can I do to make more money?
Yeah, well, if I'm on a station, would you get paid more money? How much is this big enough?
The more you do, the more you get paid.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know. Talk to him about it.
Want me to bring my sister for you so you could get paid more or something, or how much a girl?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm working tomorrow, and me and him are going to put a schedule together for you and your sister. So I'll call you tomorrow when I leave Jeffrey with the schedule.
All right. Well, okay. All right, that's good. That sounds good. But I don't have my phone all the time, so if you guys called me, I'd have to know what time so I could get the phone.
Okay, well, what time? Well, why don't you? Okay, I'll leave you a message. That's fine. I'll leave you a message tomorrow. Okay. All right. Bye.
She just heard from me. She said she doesn't.
That's fine. That's fine. You did great. Give me a high
that
five.
was good, because she was throwing, you
She
could tell
threw
she's
you.
a tough girl.
Yeah, you still, you
What
did
did you
really
say
good.
that freaked you out?
Because she's like, well, I'm sitting at
The schedule for you and your sister
She's setting up a schedule.
with him.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you think that sounds like Erika Kirk? I don't know. It sounds like that to me. It sounds like it is Erika Kirk. I mean, but what do I know? Right?
So evidently there is a leaked audio that is supposedly Erika Kirk recruiting girls for Jeffrey Epstein. And it seems like at the end of the call, the person that's on the line with what is alleged to be Erika is like an undercover. I'm going to play the full audio for you here. Make sure that you follow this account, like and share this stuff. And then also put in the comments if you know any voice analysis experts or any independent people who do that sort of stuff here on TikTok. And let's really try to figure out and corroborate if it is her.
She knows that your mom really takes her cell phone.
Second phone call attempt at 4:26 p.m.
I won't have the cell phone after 4.
Hello? Hey, what's up?
Nothing.
I talked to Jeffrey, and I'm going to his house tomorrow morning, and I'm taking my friend. He's going to set something up for
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow morning when I go to his house about it.
How much, would I get paid? Because last time it was only 300.
Talk to him. I'll talk to him tomorrow, and then I'll bring you in the next day and talk to him about it.
How much do you make for, I don't know what I want to do, and I just want to get some ideas.
I don't know. You're going to have to talk to him about it. I mean, I don't really work for him like that. I just bring girls to him, and they work for him. So you're going to have to talk to him about it. That's what I'm saying. When you work for him, I'll bring you in, and you can ask him before you work, what can I do to make more money?
Yeah, well, if I'm on a station, would you get paid more money? How much is this big enough?
The more you do, the more you get paid.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know. Talk to him about it.
So, like, want me to bring my sister for you so like you could get paid more or something, or how much
Well,
a girl?
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm working tomorrow, and me and him are going to put a schedule together for you and your sister. So I'll call you tomorrow when I leave Jeffrey with the schedule.
All right. Well, okay. All right, that's good. That sounds good. But like, I don't have my phone all the time, so if you guys called me, I'd have to know what time so I could get the phone.
Okay, well, what time? Well, why don't you? Okay, I'll leave you a message. That's fine. I'll leave you a message tomorrow. Okay. All right. Bye.
She just heard from me. She said she doesn't listen.
She just. That's fine. That's fine. You did great. Give me a high
that
five.
was good. Because she was throwing. She
threw you.
She's a tough girl.
Yeah, you know, you still. She
What
did
you
really
say
good.
that freaked you out?
Because she's like, well, I'm sitting at
A schedule for you and your sister
Setting up a schedule.
with him.
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.